What's up, guys? This is the Academy, and I wanted to give you a rundown on all the latest news happening for UFC 214. I will make a UFC 213 video, but right now there's just been a shit ton of stuff happening for UFC 214. So this is the main card. I'm gonna show you the card here. The main card is DC versus John Jones, and then Chris Cyborg versus Megan Anderson just got added as the co-main event. So that's a fucking fantastic fight. I'm a Cyborg fan. I actually like her. Um, I kind of hate this whole like fucking hating on her because she took STDs, but John Jones gets a pass. Fucking Chael Sonnen gets a pass. All these guys get a pass. So I'm like, I respect her. She's been clean for what since 2011. That's been 6 years clean. She took 2 years off because of use. I don't know if it was USADA, but the doping agency. So she's back actually fighting in her weight class and actually fighting for the title because JDR has been saying, "Oh, I'm not going to fight a steroid abuser. I'm not going to fight this and that," and she kind of just vacated the title Canelo status. So, uh, I mean, it is what it is, man. I mean, whatever floats your boat. If you don't want to fight Chris Cyborg, I mean, just be honest and just be like, "Look, there's no point in fighting her. She's gonna whip my ass." I would have respected you more than just start claiming, "Oh, she's this and that," or just the fucking get in the ring with her and just fucking, just go out on your shield. I know. In my opinion, I would have done that shit, but who am I? I'm just a fucking keyboard warrior, like y'all niggas say. So Sage Norcutt, Claudio Pulos. Obviously, Sage Norcutt is the top of the undercard just because Pretty Boy. It's like Pretty Boy Floyd, Pretty Boy Sage. All you're gonna do is just bring in the girls, bring in more looks. The guys are like, are you serious? Sage Norcutt is the top of the undercard. The girls are like, oh my god, Sage Norcutt. And any girl that goes is gonna be attracted to him. So it is what it is. Henan Barao versus Aljamain Sterling. Henan Barao coming back to the bantamweight division after going up in the featherweight division, which I actually like the move. He fucking drains himself and he fucking I think passed out like fucking the RDA, cutting the weight for TJ Dillashaw 2 versus him versus TJ Dillashaw 2, and he couldn't make it, so they had to bring in a replacement. Jimmy Manuwa versus Volkan Ozdemir, both top 10 guys in the light heavyweight division, so that's gonna be an awesome fight. Bantamweight Sarah McMahon, I'm actually a fan of Bantamweight Sarah McMahon. I don't know, man. I just think she always keeps winning. She's like the Damian Maya of the bantamweight division. She just always keeps winning, and they're not impressive, or they're not like, oh my god, damn. They're not like what does it mean? Like, I'm not excited to see her. Like, it's not an exciting finish, but I'm excited to watch her just because she's such a humble and like great person. That's how she comes off, and that's how she portrays herself. So I actually like that. So that's why I'm a fan of her. And then, of course, if you don't know by now, Duho Choi dropped out of the Andre Fili fight, and then Jason Knight versus Ricardo Lamas, which I'm actually a fan of the fucking hillbilly. Jason Knight, this fool's the shit. I love him, dude. He's the shit. If you haven't watched him, you need to watch him. This boy puts it on you. He's a fucking killer for sure. But going off to the first news, Chris Cyborg versus Megan Anderson, featherweight title slated. I'm actually excited for this fight. There you go. You see fucking Chris Cyborg's muscular ass. Look at that. Oh, she's actually cut on this one. And then Megan Anderson, of course, she's just, you know, I mean, what can you say? Megan Anderson with all her tattoos. She's cute. She's hot. So finally, we're gonna get the fight that people have been claiming for. This is the two best featherweights really out in the market in MMA right now. So this is awesome. I think Cyborg's gonna completely kill Megan Anderson. I'm a fan of Megan Anderson, but Megan Anderson, she's a puppy in this game. She's only been around for like probably what, like 4 or 5 years max. And that's me being generous. I don't know off the top of my head, and I don't really care to look it up. But she's a great fighter. She's the current featherweight champion in Invicta, which Chris Cyborg relinquished when she moved to the UFC. So, I mean, it's gonna be a good fight. I just see Chris Cyborg beating the shit out of her, to be honest. But who the fuck doesn't Chris Cyborg beat the shit out of? Watch. So here's all her wins. I don't know any of them. I know Peggy Morgan. That's pretty much it. I don't really know a lot of these Invicta. She's been in Invicta for what? 2 years only, barely 2 years. No, not even 2 years yet. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how she fights. But I just see Chris Cyborg beating the shit out of her. And then onto the honestly the kind of sad but not news. Duho Choi out because of serious injury. I'm not even mad at it. Andre Fili's still saying that he's going to be in the card. He's going to fight. We all know Duho Choi was pulling the weight for Andre Fili. We all know that Duho Choi was going to be the one bringing in more people than Andre Fili because Andre Fili isn't a big name. I didn't even like this fight to begin with, so the fact that it's off, I don't even give a fuck. I think Duhoi Choi would have fucking killed him. Like if Yair Rodriguez landed a head kick and just fucking flatlined him with a head kick, and I'm just saying, I know Duhoi Choi isn't a big kicker, a leg kicker or anything, but I just think that chin has been tested, and you don't think Duhoi Choi, the shots that he landed on Cub Swanson, we wouldn't land one straight right and one fucking jab and just fucking sleep Andre Fili? You're batshit crazy. So Duhoi Choi was gonna win regardless. So I'm actually happy. I thought he should have fought in someone in the top 10, like a Jeremy Stevens. I honestly wanted Renan Barao, if he stayed in the featherweight division, to fight Duhoi Choi because I wanted to see that because Renan Barao is a great striker. So Jeremy Stevens, Renan Barao, I wouldn't have mind him against what's that other guy in the featherweight division that's super fucking good? Who's the other guy in the featherweight division? I'm trying to remember his name. There's another. Oh, Yair Rodriguez. I don't know why I fucking forgot. Yair Rodriguez, that would have been a great fight too. So honestly, would have liked those fights. So I'm actually not even mad that this is off. And then third news coming out of UFC is Tyron Woodley, Tyron, whatever you want to call him. Um, Tyron is fucking up his publicity stunt because he has to realize that a lot of fighting fans aren't black. Like MMA, like UFC MMA fans, black is not a. I mean, there's not a lot of black fans out there. Just the same as there are Mexican. There's not a big Latino population around black around UFC. Black and Latino markets are usually for boxing. So he has to understand that a lot of his fucking fans are gonna be white as much as he hates it, they're mostly white. And he has to understand that he has to get along with the public, and he has to understand that a lot of fight fans I'm just saying maybe hardcores. There's a lot of black and Mexicans and white. I'm not saying that, but the casual fan, the market that the UFC casually goes for, is the American white market and the European white market because that's what they get. That's honestly who's interested. Obviously, you have Brazil, you have countries like that, like Brazil, like parts of the UK. Obviously, Khabib's white technically, so you know what I mean. So he has to understand that a lot of his market is white. So when you're appealing to the American audience, and you're claiming racism and bringing up racial tensions, bringing up this, dude, that doesn't even go well on ESPN. Now you're bringing it to the UFC where it's a heavily white dominated market. It's like, come on, man, you're fucking up your career. Like you're fucking up your own publicity. So I'm actually glad that he fucking finally did something right by calling out Damian Maia, saying, you know what, if you want my belt, you need to come get it July 29th. I'm the fucking champ. You have to attain to my rules. This is what the fuck I want. And I'm actually not mad at that. You see that in boxing a lot and in a lot of combat sports. If you want my belt, come get it. This is the date. And I don't mind it. I don't mind it. It's actually a good fucking showing. I think, in my opinion, he wants to run back the closest thing that he can, which is in July. He wants to run back the closest thing in July. So Damian Maia has to go to two weight cuts because if you don't know, Damian Maia used to fight at middleweight. So Damian Maia has a hard time cut. He has a hard time cutting to 170. He always makes it, but he has a hard time cutting. So I think that he wants to drain him as much as he can to fight him. So this is actually the first good move I've seen in Tyron Woodley's career. He's actually calling him out, not showing that he's scared, unlike when he did it with Stephen Thompson for no fucking reason. So I mean, we'll see, man. But hopefully it's a great fight. And that's pretty much all the news that there is coming out of the UFC. I'm actually fucking looking forward. I will do a recording on UFC Fight Night in Singapore, and I will do a video coming up on UFC 213. All right, guys, have a great day.